Hey, I'm Wally Adamchik, president of Firestarter Speaking and Consulting, and welcome to Construction Leadership from A to Z, 26 words to lead by. Today, one that's really important to so many of us, quality. It's easier to do a job right than to explain why you didn't. Martin Van Buren. Quality, high grade, superiority, excellence. The opposite would be substandard, cheap, or shoddy. My father had a couple of pet sayings, and one of his favorites, and not mine, was if you had time to do it right the second time, you had time to do it right the first time. Man, that was hard to take because I knew he was right. His other line was, did you do your best? The issue of quality has gotten a lot of attention lately. Six Sigma, TQM, Lean have all helped improve quality around the globe. W. Edwards Deming may have said quality is everyone's responsibility, but I say it's the leader who establishes and communicates the standard of quality desired. 50 years ago, the words made in Japan meant an item was of poor quality, but the Japanese made a serious effort to improve their workmanship, and gradually they and other countries eclipsed the United States in quality manufacturing. Not only could they do it better, but they could do it at a lower cost and often more quickly. The holy grail of faster, better, cheaper had been found. What we now know is that this level of quality is elusive. As you reach one level, you aim for the next. Such is the nature of continuous improvement in business. Margins are tight, and they're going to remain that way. When you look at the P&L for any business, there isn't a line for rework, but we know it's there. Quality is the key. It's the ante in the game of business. High quality has multiple payoffs. It means less waste, less rework, fewer rejections, fewer complaints, fewer returns. All this leads to lower costs and higher productivity and increased employee satisfaction. The Deming chain reaction, named after quality guru W. Edwards Deming, illustrates this. Deming continues showing that there are further benefits to employees as well as the employer when you go through the chain reaction. Ultimately, increased productivity leads to increased market share, leads to increased job security. This enables a firm to stay in business and provide more jobs. But before all this can happen, quality must start in the mind of the leader. Author Bob Mowad puts it this way: quality begins on the inside and then works its way out. Deming goes on to say that quality is everyone's business. I say that no one will make it their business if the leader doesn't set the standard, talk the talk, and walk the walk on quality. Here's an interesting note about managers thinking about and acting on quality. Managers of production facilities who are meeting their quality targets actually invest 20% more time in improving their practices than managers who are falling short of their goals. So those who deliver better quality work harder to deliver even better quality. Welcome to corporate competition in the 21st century. I recently interviewed customers of one of my biggest road building clients. I wanted to know their definition of great service. Every one of them replied quality. Well, of course, the end result of quality comes from the diligent efforts of many people in the value chain, but it starts with that leader setting the standard. Quality breeds quality. Aristotle told us that excellence is a habit. By doing your best, you'll make dad proud too, and set yourself up for more quality experiences to come. We all have higher expectations than we did a generation or even a decade ago, and it's important to recognize the distinction between product quality and service quality. Data confirms that many products are of higher quality today. It also confirms that the quality of services we receive is in decline. The downslide confirms the need for leaders to maintain pressure in this area. Do you ever really know what kind of service to expect when you go to McDonald's or the airport or just about anywhere? We accept poor service. Heck, we go to the kiosk so we don't have to deal with it. We say it could have been worse. Witness the explosion of customer-activated kiosks. Service is so bad, we'd rather handle it ourselves and put up with poor quality, often caused by poor leadership. Leaders must be clear about quality and why it matters. Mediocrity will not suffice today. It may be easy, but it's certainly not lasting. One of the rarest things a man can ever do is the best he can. Josh Billings. All right, let's jumpstart that quality. Maybe you got that journal back out. Do you measure, track, record, and display critical success factors? Raise your standards. What was good enough yesterday simply may not be good enough today. Then communicate the new standard. Read Anything by Deming and facilitate a discussion at your work to define quality for your team. All right, let's look at quality in action. Bill was an experienced superintendent on large commercial and institutional flooring jobs in New York City. Once in a while, to catch his breath, he'd take some work closer to his home in Pennsylvania. He would do piecework on these jobs and not supervise. He works on his hands and knees side by side with the young guns, and on a daily basis, he does not install as much as these other men, but well, when he first started working for this company, the owner recognized Bill was using more glue than had been estimated. While the other guys were right on target for production and glue usage, Bill was slightly slower and using more adhesive. Bill listened politely to the owner when confronted and replied that in this instance, more glue was called for, and in the long run, it'd be cheaper than having to redo the floor. The owner berated Bill for not following his plan, his lack of knowledge, and Bill smiled and went back to work. The job ended, Bill returned to New York City. A few months later, he was again on a job for this Pennsylvania company, and the same glue issue returned. When confronted about high glue usage, Bill asked the owner how the previous job had gone. He specifically asked if there are any problems with the tile that he had installed, to which the owner replied no. He then asked if the other installers had had any problems, to which the owner had to reply yes. Much of the tile they installed didn't stay down, and in their haste to make money and use less glue, the quality of their work was poor. The company did have to go back and redo the rooms the other installers had done, and of course, this rework was paid for by the owner at his own expense. Nothing had to be done to the rooms that Bill had done. All right, let's do some A to Z application. On a scale of 1 to 10, how do you rate on quality? What's your definition of quality? List someone you know who exemplifies this trait. Why did you select them? Why did you write them down? How do your customers describe quality, and how do you know? And as always, what one thing will you do differently to improve in this area? Well, that's it for now. Quality. Make sure you subscribe to this channel so you don't miss the rest of the alphabet and the other good things that I'm putting out here on YouTube for you as it relates to leadership and success in construction. Because remember, nothing builds itself, and people are your best profit strategy. I'm Wally Adamchik. I'll see you again next time.